everyone, and welcome to another review from Colour with Claire. Today we're looking at the latest edition of Colour in Heaven. I feel like I say that really often, but it's only once a month that these come out. It just feels like the year has just gone completely insane. It's gone so fast. But this is the Dark Crystal special, and this is for September 2019. So Dark Crystal I wasn't familiar with, I must say, before I got this book and had a look into it, but I did know of Jim Henson, who apparently created it. I know that he did the Muppets and Fraggle Rock and all of those puppetry and animation things, and Labyrinth as well, of course. So according to my research, The Dark Crystal was a 1982 puppet animated fantasy film that was quite dark and dramatic compared to Jim's previous work. And it's also just been released as a new Netflix series with Taron Egerton and Mark Hamill and loads of other popular actors voicing the puppets. So, as I've said, I had no clue what it was, and it's not really my taste, I have to admit. Not every single colour in heaven is going to be every single colourist's taste, and this really isn't mine, but I know that it is so popular in certain circles, and you know, I'm here just to show you all of these beautiful artworks, and it's up to you whether it's something that you want to colour or not. So first of all, I absolutely love the title detail because it's so different to what we usually see from Colour in Heaven. Usually, I've got the Frightlings one here. We have the title in capitals with usually a gold foiling, and this one actually has, I believe, the font that was used from the original Dark Crystal. So it really fits in with everything, and it's also got the colours in there as well. So it says it's got 40 Gelflings, Skeksis, Mystics, Landstriders and more. Haven't got a clue, but they are official designs, so they have come from you know, the official place. So let's have a look inside. Let's look at the back first. So we've got the Dark Crystal illustrations here. Sorry that it's a bit mucky. I've been putting it on my other desk, which is a bit, it's got a bit of, you know, pencil residue. Anyway, so we open it up and we have the little bit of a synopsis about it. So we've got American puppeteer and filmmaker Jim Henson created fantasy classic The Dark Crystal in 1982 with art from Dylan Burnett, Jae-Eun Lee, Brandon Dayton and Jorge Corona. Hopefully I'm saying those right. These designs recreate the strange and magical world of Thra, populated with vibrant creatures and characters like Jen, Kira, the Skeksis, the Mystics, Aughra and more, all waiting to be brought to colourful life. Find out more from the original publisher of these designs at these links here. Okay, so into the first illustration. Sorry, I was concentrating on this 3 issues for a £5 here, so you can actually get 3 different issues for £5 using this promo code. So that might be a really good way for you to start subscribing, get a few issues cheap. Yeah, so first illustration. I'm not going to pretend that I know anything that's going on in these illustrations. It's very fantastical. I haven't got a clue who any of the characters are, and all that we know from the kind of bit that you usually get to describe each illustration is the name of the artist who drew it. So I haven't got anything to tell you about this, but if you know about the world of Dark Crystal and you're really into it, then you'll recognise these characters, I'm sure. But some of the illustrations are contained, like this one, within a square. I really like the contained ones. It just gives you a little bit less, it makes you feel a bit less overwhelmed, I think, to start an illustration when it's contained and it's not taking up the whole page. But then you do have ones that do take up the whole page, and that enables you to, you know, experiment with backgrounds and things like that. So these first illustrations in the book are all by Dylan Burnett. Looks like they're going off into the forest here. Well, it's kind of like the mountains, I think, but a bit of forestry in there. This looks like a typical kind of door knocker or something that you would find like in the Labyrinth. It is very Jim Henson style. This creature doesn't look too happy. It probably is the nicest creature in the whole thing. I haven't got a clue. This one's really sweet though. I mean, you can still appreciate the amount of, you know, talent and time that's gone into the illustrations. And obviously these are all original characters. So this is one that I've coloured, as you can see. I do like to try and colour something from every single book, even if it's not, you know, my cup of tea. I would still try and colour something just to show you how it looks on the page. But I did decide to make the crystal the kind of standing point of the whole illustration, and I very much scaled back and, you know, the colours that I used with it. So I used a putty beige, a jade green, and then some warm greys, and that's pretty much it, because I really wanted the crystal to be kind of the star of the show. So if I just show you in the light, you can see that all of the circles going around the rim are metallic, and they were done with Calero moss green metallic paint. And then the crystal itself I did with Prismacolor Verithins first. I did the rainbow, and then I put some stickles over the top to give it, you know, a really sparkly glittery look. So I really like how I've done it, actually. Even though it's not my kind of thing, I do like limiting the colours and also using some more desaturated tones rather than big bright bold colours that I'm used to. So I'll just flip through the book and you can make up your own mind about it. We've got a little troll, as I said, very reminiscent of Labyrinth characters. Kind of looks a little bit Avatar-ish as well, if I may say. And this is a completely different style, so you know that we've changed illustrators. So yeah, this is Dylan Burnett, and then it goes across to Jae Eun Lee. Hopefully I'm saying that right. And this is a completely different style, as you can see. Completely different illustrative style, so very much kind of more sketchier, thinner lines, but also mixed with big bold areas as well. Then we've moved illustrators again, and this is Brandon Dayton. So getting a few different styles in the same book. We have what looks here to be someone on his deathbed, maybe a king, and surrounded by his cohorts. These creatures here, kind of like giant bugs. I've no idea what's going on there whatsoever. Yeah, if you're, like I said, if you're a fan of the dark crystal, or if you know anybody who is, this is going to make a fantastic present. So this one's pretty cool. It's kind of like all the planets. It's like a big mechanical planetarium. I think that metallics will be really, really good in this book, in any kind of area, in any of the illustrations, because there is a lot of armour and warriors and things, so metallics are a definite. So just forgive me if this is not as sort of descriptive as my usual reviews, because I don't really know what to say about them other than they are very, very fantasy based, and yeah, that's all I can say really. Oh, we have Jorge now. Yeah, so we've moved on to the final illustrator. Again, a bit of a different style. This one's really cute, actually. Looks like a few children in a little pea boat. These giant flowers. And this is the last one, so the giant crystal, I believe that's the back cover. Yes, it is. And there you go. Now, this is a little bit more down my alley because I'm going to be there. So if you are a resident of the UK, or if you're planning a trip to the UK in October and you can manage to swing by Bath on the 26th of October between 1 and 4 p.m, you will be able to join the Colouring Heaven Masterclass, which is going to feature a colouring lesson in skin and hair by coloured pencil artist Joe Barber. It's also going to have Jasmine Beckett Griffith in attendance, so you'll be able to meet her, maybe have your photo taken with her, have things signed. So that is going to be amazing, and yes, I will be coming to that. I have bought my ticket. I didn't originally plan on going because I thought it was a little bit too far away from me, but I ended up well, basically driving to almost the top of Scotland, and I realised that if I can do that, I can do anything, because I'm not usually good with travelling. So I bought my ticket, and I am super, super excited to meet everybody there. I've already sort of plugged it on all of my social media, so you're probably aware that I'm going, but I really do want to meet as many of you as possible. I've been doing this for about 5 years now, and I've been speaking to a lot of the same people, and yeah, I just can't wait to actually see you all face to face. So please, if you can go, grab your ticket. You'll find the link to do so on the Colouring Heaven Facebook page. So please let me know what you think of this Dark Crystal special, if you're a fan, or if you just really like the illustrations, but like me, you've not got a clue what's going on in them. And please give the video a thumbs up. All the links in the description to buy this issue and to subscribe to Colouring Heaven if you want one of these to drop on your mat every single month. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon on Colour with Claire.